Thank you for joining me, Labria. I'm so excited to interview you today. Quickly tell me how far you are in the online master's program.
So I'm currently in my second semester. I started in the summer of 2023.
So you will be done when?
Approximately around fall 2024.
I understand that you currently work for the UT system. Can you tell me a little bit about your position?
Yeah, so currently I am the Assistant Director of Web and Digital Communications at the UT system. So essentially I am in charge of all of our websites, and that kind of ranges from, your day-to-day updates up until thinking about your information architecture, so like restructuring sites completely.
Okay, great. And what do you enjoy most about your job with UT?
What I enjoy most is that no day is the same. Like, of course, you kind of have your mundane tasks that, you update the website, simple things like pictures. But I also like the fact that it kind of challenges me. So having to think strategically, thinking about analytics and such to kind of drive the website forward.
So can you tell me what prompted you to want to pursue this advanced degree in strategic and digital communications?
Think it's incredible to not only have the design skills, but be able to think strategically about them, and just have the tools to back up everything that I'm telling the client that, hey, this is the direction we need to go in. And also, I think these skills will be super helpful in my desire to one day kind of open my own business. I did get a minor in entrepreneurship. And so I just think these skills also lend themselves to be able to have the confidence to attempt that one day.
Why did you select an online program over an in-person program?
I definitely selected online because I am a super busy person. Not only do I work full time, but I also have a part-time position with St. Jude, kind of doing presentation designs for them. And I also kind of throw events for our apartment complex that I live at. So those two things keep me very busy, and I just love the flexibility that an online class offers. I can work whenever I need to and not feel, overwhelmed and pressured to meet deadlines.
What specifically drew you to the strategic and digital communications program?
What drew me in was the class offering. So I really love that it's an interdisciplinary program. So it pulls from advertising and public relations, and I felt like those were skills that I needed to help me become a more well-rounded designer. Because even though I got my BFA in graphic design, and it's a type of communications, visual communication, I felt like I was missing those, written skills and the skills to think more strategically about the designs that I do create.
Did you look at other universities at their online programs?
I sort of did. I was already a little bit sold because I am a UTK graduate, but I did want to do a little bit of due diligence. And I know a lot of my colleagues have looked into the master's program at UT Martin. They have a strategic communications master's, but I felt like from talking to colleagues that theirs were more focused on business operations. And I felt like the one here was a little bit more creative and more in line with my future goals.
So can you describe your experience with the online learning platform so far?
So far, it's been good. All of our classes use Canvas. And so what I like about Canvas is that all of our classes are organized in what is called modules. And so I can just look at a chunk at a time. I don't have to get overwhelmed looking at the whole semester. And I also like that you can communicate with your professors directly in Canvas and your classmates. So you don't have to like worry about trying to hunt down their email address. Everything's just pretty much in one location. And I also like that you can upload any of your assignments, and you can also edit video on there as well. So it's just like a one-stop shop that I really enjoy.
Speaking of you being incredibly busy, how do you manage to stay engaged and motivated when your classes are online?
One thing that helps me to stay engaged and motivated is to just make sure that I pace myself. So I kind of like to look at the landscape for the week, like what is due, what does my work schedule look like, and then just try to find and identify pockets of time that like, hey, this will be a great time to work here, and just do a little bit every day up until that deadline. And also just understanding myself, right? So, do I work better at night? Do I work better in the morning? Sometimes it depends on the day, but just making sure that when I do have that free time, when I'm feeling good, that I go ahead and tackle that work and try to get it done.
You mentioned that one of the things you appreciate about Canvas is that you're able to find your professors and your classmates really easily and contact them. So how do you seek support?
Like for instance, if a professor gives me feedback, right, on an assignment, I'm unsure. It's just so easy to contact them and get that support and feedback I need to, be able to pivot and do better on the next assignment if needed.
What has been your favorite part about having the peer group in this class?
I think my favorite part is just to get to see what other people are doing. I think sometimes when you do your work, you're like, I think I did good. And even with teachers' feedback, they're like, hey, you did great. But just to see like, what are others creating? And people are different. Like what I might create is different what you would create, but they're both great. And so it's just nice to see those differences in how people think.
Can you
Mhm.
speak a little bit about the practicum component of this program and why you would want to do one of those?
I think I would want to do a practicum because it's a good way to really put my skills to the test before I get out into the real world for real. And right now, I'm kind of debating like, do I want to do my practicum as something similar to what I'm already doing, or do I want to branch out? And so I think it's an opportunity. So if I pick that route to branch out to, test those skills in a new way and to also work with people I wouldn't normally have gotten the opportunity to work with if I wasn't in this course. And so that's what I'm excited about for the practicum, is just to get some hands-on experience applying what I've learned and building that confidence.
What advice would you give to someone who's considering the strategic and digital communications major?
I would definitely say to, look at all the courses that they offer and then look at your career and think about where do you want to head in the future, because I believe that if you're going to get a master's, it should be something that it's going to propel you forward and it's something that you love to do. And I think that's what's going to keep you motivated, even on those days that you're tired. So I definitely wouldn't just do it just to do it, but do it because you see the benefit. And I would also say use tools at your disposal as well. Like I think one thing that helps me stay motivated and get my work done is using tools like Speechify, right? So it kind of helps read things out loud to you while you might be multitasking. So just reach out for support, talk to colleagues, and just really consider what your future plans are. And just talk to people who've been in the program. They have awesome articles on their website that talks about people's stories. And so
Before I let you go, is there anything that you would like to talk about this program that we haven't covered already?
I think what I do like about the program too is that you can tailor some of the classes to your interests. So you don't have to take every single class, which I think is interesting because part of me is like, maybe I want to take them all, but at the same time, is that conducive of my time? And so I think being able to select the ones that I know will help be the building blocks I need to, like, for instance, build that business one day, I think is great and awesome. So.
Great. Thank you so much, Libria. And I really want to thank you for your time and this interview. And I hope that people get a lot of great information about their strategic and digital communications program.